Hi, my name is Carolyn Molnar, and I've created a series of clips with my friend T, who had a lot of questions about the spirit world. The answers are based on my work as a psychic medium for over 30 years. Now, some of the things that I will say you may not agree with, so discard that and enjoy the rest. This is for information only, so I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Could you talk about the various types of psychic ability, such as psychic, mediumship, channeling, physical mediumship, and remote viewing?
Okay, so psychic is not mediumistic. Psychic energy is on a certain band of energy, and it's about the here and now. So people's life. It's about finances, love life. You know, am I going to sell my house? Am I going to get a new job? Those kinds of things. All very important questions to some people. So that's psychic. And mediumship is just talking to people in spirit. That's it. Mom, dad, they may come in with a message, and it sounds psychic, but it's the fact that it's coming from the family or a spirit person that they recognize. That's mediumship. Channeling, I'm assuming you mean trance channeling, because mediumship and psychic work are also channeling.
Okay.
Yeah. Channeling is like the umbrella, and then each umbrella has a spoke.
Okay.
Right? So we've hit on two of them, and then trance channeling is when a physical person, like myself, will go into a deep meditation and relinquish their soul to allow another soul to enter, and the body of the medium is used by the soul to give messages. Sometimes the voice will change. It'll go from female to male. Sometimes there'll be an accent that was not with the medium. There might be a different cadence in the voice, but the medium often doesn't remember what's happened in a trance session. Physical mediumship is similar to that, except what happens is the medium becomes the medium by which spirit works through them, and they can get things to happen outside the medium. I've actually watched a physical medium work. They usually work in the dark. Some don't, but the ectoplasm, which is our life force, is used by the spirit world, and light can affect it. Red light doesn't, but regular incandescent light does. And I've seen a medium in a chair that looks like a throne. His hands were, those electric kind of tag things. What do you call those things? They're white and they go, and once they're locked in, you have to cut them off.
Right.
His hands and his feet were bound to the chair arms and the chair legs, and he had reflective tape on his knees so you could see him in the dark. And his chair was lifted up 6 feet and then dropped, and he was still in it. And there was nobody moving around. Everybody was sitting still. And that chair was too heavy for anybody just to lift up like that. I've heard drumsticks and whistles, and I've been touched by what they call a trumpet, which is a long instrument about this big. I don't know whether you could see that or not. It's about 3 feet tall, and it was flying around the ceiling. You could hear it hitting the ceiling and come down and just touch your knee and then take off. And sometimes you can hear the voice coming through the trumpet, and the larger end, which is the actual voice of the spirit person, you would recognize them. The ectoplasm from the medium is manipulating the trumpet, so it's moving all around because there are rods that are attached to the trumpet and the medium. So I've also had a healing from a disembodied spirit person. I was wearing glasses at the time. It was in the middle. It was pitch dark, and hands came on my head like this and gave me a blessing, and I did feel better after. I did actually have something very interesting happened to me energetically, where afterwards I had to go to bed. I was so exhausted from it, but it sort of rewired me. It just was really incredible, and I guess I was ready for it because it did change my mediumship for the better. So that's physical mediumship. And then you were mentioning about remote viewing. And that is actually used by the CIA, the spy services. They don't admit it, but I have sat and listened to former CIA agents who have been taught or have taught this. And what you do is you go into a meditative state. They give latitude and longitude, and you just go there in your mind. It's usually a group of people, so they try to coordinate the group so that the ones that get the most information together and the same, they will use that. It's uncannily accurate. The Chinese are using it, the Russians are using it, the Americans are using it, but they won't admit it. And what they do is they will remote view where they will try to see what's going on in a certain area, and they walk through walls. Their spirit form walks through walls, and so it's solid means nothing. It's quite a wonderful gift. I've dabbled in it. It's a lot of fun for me, but I don't spy with it except on my sister. And I've gotten after her for cleaning up the kitchen when it needed to be done, and she says, "Would you stop doing that?" But it's fun. She and I kind of get along that way, so it's just a joke between the two of us. But it is a very powerful and very real gift. And I've heard rumor that the Chinese have some sort of school for this. They recognize children who have the gift, and they send them to school to learn it better. So yeah, it's amazing.
So can it be taught, or do you have
Yes.
to have that inclination or that gift initially?
It's nice to have the gift, but you can be taught.
Oh, so anyone can do it, essentially.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It takes discipline, and I think it also takes a willingness to do it. I feel that those who have the gift will be sought after first because, there's a certain layer they've gotten to. There's no need to teach from zero to whatever. So I feel that the kids that are more gifted, or the male, female energies, because it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, that have it, and you can be an adult and have it too and not recognize it until you use it. Certainly, I believe that with mediumship too. I teach mediumship and psychic development, and a lot of these people, they come in because they've lost somebody and they want to connect with them, so they start with their psychic work first, and then when they're ready, they go into mediumship, and sure enough, I've got students that have graduated and are doing the work themselves. So certainly, we are spirit first, having a human experience. We're just tapping into a different part of ourselves, and a different part of the brain as well.